My name is John Greeny. I'm one of the two partners in the firm Greeny Scudder Law Firm in Kent, Washington. We are a personal injury, wrongful death firm, and we also do a lot of premises liability cases. The case originated from a fall by a 76-year-old woman. She tripped and fell over a mat, a decrepit mat, which was also on some tiles on the floor, which were water soaked long over the years. At the time, the floor was undergoing an extensive remodeling. Some of the obstacles in the case, when she fell, the 911 and medical aid were called. They took her to a local hospital, number 1. Unfortunately, they decided they had to refer her to hospital number 2, the largest trauma hospital in the region in Seattle. They called her deceased at about 8 hours after the trip and fall. The goal was to find out what happened in this case, and if it was their fault, then to hold them accountable. We asked for the video surveillance tape. We asked for any witness statements from the store. We got nothing for months. We finally ended up having to file a suit in state court. Once we found out, it confirmed the fact that we had legitimately filed a suit. They then in turn transferred it to federal court, thinking that they had a leg up. We asked for the mat that she fell on very early. We sent a letter within the next day after the fall. The challenges were how to investigate, and we did that. We found customers that helped, even a customer that had photographed the mat within 4 minutes after she tripped, which DK Global helped incorporate into its fine animation, video animation of the event, and that was very pivotal. Other challenges included the fact that she had literally hit her head so hard on the floor. According to our neurological expert, she was technically brain dead within 8 to 10 minutes after the fall while there on the floor. And so in Washington State and many states, proving what kind of pain and suffering she had for that 8 to 10 minutes was a challenge. And we did that in part again through DK Global and their depictions of the CT scans of the brain and our neurological expert, our neurosurgeon. The only defense is that she wasn't watching where she was going. She wasn't paying attention. She's old. Our floors are beautiful. They even presented their own tape of a bunch of people walking over the rug in the 30 minutes preceding this. I just wanted to give the old anticipation that we did not give it to them in mediation. We gave it to the mediator because we knew that they were going to come in with a zero or low calorie offer. So at one point when they said, do you have anything more? I said, show them the video. And from that point on, they got more serious with us. All experts in federal court must give a report according to the federal rules. So those were done. DK Global's video animation, basically went in line with what our experts' reports were saying, even though it had been created before the finality of those 4 reports. Well, the visuals created by DK Global were great. They were basically twofold. The first fold was surrounding the incident. They used the videotape, surveillance tape. They used the 2 photos by the gentleman who was a customer. They used their own animation with particular markings to highlight where her feet were in the tripping process and the rolling up of the carpet that could not have been had without that kind of visual. The second part was the medical part, which again, they utilized excerpts from the medical records. They utilized the CT scan. They utilized the testimony of our neurosurgeon, and it was great. So I can share the defense's initial offer. The answer is $50,000. The case settled for a confidential settlement in 7 figures. The DK Global demonstrative exhibit helped us in that respect. Actually, the collaboration between myself and DK was early and good, and actually it worked out all well. DK would have been very helpful if we had to go make modifications, and there was a couple of times they made it clear that they would be helpful in that if that was necessary. I can say clearly that it gives a great advantage to attorneys that use them because it shows the attorney on that side of the case is well prepared. It really helps the attorney think up front about how to prove his case. The video and animations do help greatly.